everybody was shitting on Ethereum. Everybody was hating Ethereum. Everybody was talking about how it's going down to $600 to $500, how Ethereum is dead, how Solana or BNB are going to take Ethereum over, and how there's no future with it. But what happened? It pumped, and everyone is now buying up Ethereum. Why is that happening? Should you be buying too? If you want to know more about Ethereum and what its price is going to be in the next few upcoming months, well then let's dive straight into it and let's see what's going to be happening with Ethereum. So I'll make my intro short as I always do, but as always we can see that we're sitting at coin market cap and we're analyzing the coin's price. So basically Ethereum, what's happening? We can see that in the past month, to keep it short, we have pumped 60% from $1,500 straight to $2,500, which is crazy. But what caused this entire pump? Well, Ethereum was, in my opinion, severely overpriced right here. If we take a look at the yearly chart, we can see that Ethereum was in a pure decline. From the all-time highs, we have a negative of 12% currently from yearly, and so we're still in a negative, right? We're still on a downside. While Bitcoin has reached a new time high, Ethereum was severely dropping, and we have Ethereum severely underpriced. Why? Because in my opinion, the crypto cycle has not started yet, where the Bitcoin pumps, then Ethereum follows, then Ethereum's dominance, of course, outweighs Bitcoin's, and then we have an alt season. Currently, what we have is phase one of the crypto cycle, just Bitcoin pumping. Once it starts to consolidate, it's going to be phase two of the crypto cycle, and all of the inflows, all of the investors who want some more risk exposed to their portfolios, who want to earn more money in crypto, not sit in a stagnant or consolidating cycle of Bitcoins, are going to be getting into Ethereum, right? But that has not happened yet. What happened now, what we see this pump, is basically Ethereum ETFs approvals. We have the Pectra update, basically a major update in the Ethereum system, and we have institutional interest and just basically public interest, because Ethereum was severely underpriced and nobody realized the discount. But once they started to realize it, we can see that we have jumped insanely high, right? But what is going to be happening now? What is going to be happening with Ethereum? Well, in my opinion, by the end of 2025, Ethereum should be sitting at around at least a minimum of $6,000, and I'll get into it why. But before we do that, let's see. The current market cap is $300 billion, and that's basically everything we need to see on CoinMarketCap. So let's move on to TradingView. Let's analyze this coin more deeply. Let's see where the price is going to be taking us. So why do I believe that we're going to be reaching at least $6,000? So first things first, what we are going to be seeing with Ethereum, which I'm very positive about, is that Ethereum is going to be breaking its all-time high. I mean, this is the start of the bull run. It has to break its all-time high, else why Ethereum even exists, right? Because the crypto cycle, again, phase one, Bitcoin breaks its all-time high. Once the Bitcoin starts to consolidate, all of the investors get into Ethereum to be more exposed, to earn more money, and Ethereum then follows up. It has more dominance and it breaks its all-time high too. And we can see the Ethereum all-time high is $4,800. So a $6,000 per Ethereum idea definitely doesn't sound crazy, at least to me. What happens is that I do believe Ethereum is going to be very much adopted. There's a lot of analytics signalizing at least $7,000 per Ethereum, of course, which is a bit optimistic. But why are they doing this? Well, because it's fueled by NFTs, it's fueled by DeFi, it's fueled by all of the layer 2 stuff. Everything that is associated with DeFi is, of course, also associated with Ethereum, which is basically why Ethereum should be pumping, right? Which is why Ethereum is going to be reaching $7,000 too, in my opinion, because Ethereum is literally the powerhouse of Web3. by 2030 we should see at least a minimum of $10,000 per Ethereum. So again, make sure if you're watching this video, this is not just a quick flip. Of course, this investment will take time, but the returns will be very well worth it. The risk to return ratio on Ethereum right now is perfect. We're sitting at a discounted price of $2,500 per Ethereum, and in a year or two we should definitely be seeing at least $10,000 per Ethereum. In my opinion, call me crazy, I don't care, but basically it's literally the powerhouse of Web3. It has institutional backing, it has the ETFs, it's approved, and as you can see with Bitcoin, there's a huge inflow of money which is pumping Bitcoin's price, which is solely based on ETFs, right? So Ethereum having the same thing, Ethereum ETFs being approved, this is going to be the same story as what is happening for Ethereum. But when you're watching this video, probably you're not interested in what is going to be happening in the next 5 years, right? You want to know if you are going to be making money now or if you won't. So if we take a look at a lower time frame, what we can see is that we pumped a lot. Now, of course, if we pull up the indicators and look at the RSI, we can see that it was severely overbought, but we are currently declining right now, right? We're currently stabilizing, but as always, the pattern follows. We are going to be reaching oversold. So with this insane pump, what I am expecting is definitely some sort of pullback to the 2,200 ranges, right? Because especially this point right here, we have a lot of demand zones right here, right here, right here, right here, which are not mitigated yet, right? The price needs to mitigate these points in order to pump more. So what I am expecting personally from Ethereum is that we are not going to be running to those higher points yet. First, we're going to be having a pullback like we are starting to have right here, right? We're starting to form structure, not just crazy pumps. We're starting to form actual structure. But what I do believe is going to be happening is that we're going to be turning bearish short term. As you can see right here, we're going to be starting to break lows and higher, and we're going to be starting to form lower highs, right? We're going to be going lower, lower, lower. We're going to be mitigating this point right here. We're going to be mitigating some demand zones right here. And what I do believe is going to be happening then is that we're going to be having a break of structure. We do essentially want to keep some support zones like 2,100, right here. But if we break them, I am not worrying from my side. What I will do is, of course, DCA and buy more Ethereum, because long term you're going to be winning anyway, so who cares? But I do believe that once we have a better pullback, we're going to be starting to change character, and we're going to be leaving some demand zones behind, such as listed right here. So we're going to be starting to form demand zones, which are going to be getting mitigated by the price structure. So what I am looking to be doing is, once Ethereum pulls back to these zones right here, we start to form demand zones, we start to break structure towards the bullish side. I'm going to be buying at these zones right here, and I am just going to be DCAing into Ethereum. So again, they're going to be forming demand zones right here. They're going to be forming demand zones. We're going to be forming demand zones right here. And once the price reaches these demand zones right here, and you can see that the price starts to be getting up again, I'm just going to be buying in, and of course DCAing on every trade. So that's my personal plan with Ethereum, at least. And again, long term, there's no doubt I am expecting at least $7,000 for Ethereum, but for the short term, I do believe that we're going to be getting some sort of a pullback, or at least some major volatility, because with major pumps come major crashes, right? This is just nature of trading. But anyways, again, you have these two perspectives right here. I do believe, again, long term, it's an instant win. If you don't own Ethereum, buy some. Doesn't matter the price. The price is good right now, no matter where you buy, but make sure you buy before we reach $7,000. Also, this is kind of a local top right here, because Ethereum is currently sitting at a 70% read index, right, on CoinMarketCap, and everybody's talking about how Ethereum is going to be reaching $10,000, and that's usually a sell sign. But do not be scared. If the price does start to decline, make sure you DCA into Ethereum, because in a few years you definitely won't regret it. It's just free money, in my opinion. But again, None of this is financial advice. Make sure to form your own opinion when trading. I am not a financial advisor, but as always, this is about it for the Ethereum price prediction. Let me know what you think about this video down below in the comments. Let me know if you agree with my opinion. And as always, thanks for tuning in to Tano videos, and I'll make sure to catch you in the next one.